By nature, human is always seeking for happiness. The Vedas and Upanishads describe Anandamayo Abhyasat. Anandamaya. Ananda means happiness. Maya means full of. 100%. So, our 100% nature is always to be immersed in happiness. This is the original nature of the soul. Anandamaya, always seeking happiness. But with common sense, we can see and experience this nature, Anandamaya, being happy always, is being disturbed in our present state of existence. We can see sometimes we are not at all happy. We are suffering. We are depressed, or we are going through so many sufferings. So that is the nature which is not natural to us. It is not natural. It is some kind of a state that is imposed upon. Why? Because no one is happy with suffering. No one is looking for suffering. No one is waiting for suffering. We are always looking for happiness. But the sufferings and pain is constantly coming. So when we see this kind of a conflict of nature, then with common sense we can understand, I want happiness, but why dukkha or suffering or pain is coming to me? Like it is very natural or common sense. The moment you get stomach pain, you want to cure it. Nobody will say, I like stomach pain, let it go on. Or if somebody gets cancer, everybody tries to put all the efforts to cure that disease. Because that is suffering and pain. Because our original nature is happiness. So what disturbs our happiness? That any intelligent person should think about it. What is disturbing my happiness? And that is the reason Arjun is asking question in Bhagavad Gita. He knows the common sense, the basic understanding in the Vedic civilization is, they know that the sinful activity disturb our happy nature. Sinful reaction or sinful activities, they disturb my natural state of being happy. So Arjun is asking question in Bhagavad Gita, why do I do sinful activities? Why one does sinful activity? Because sinful activities means they bring so much of pain and suffering, dukkha. Dukkha comes only because of sin, papa. Papa brings dukkha. So then why do I do papa? I want happiness, and dukkha comes because of papa, and I can observe that I'm doing papa that brings dukkha. So this is bewildering. I want happiness, then I should do those activities which brings happiness. But I see sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the times, so we do sinful activity that disturb my happiness. So Arjuna's question is, Athakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha. Purushaha, the person, papam charati. Why does he act in a sinful way? And unwillingly sometimes. And Krishna answers, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kamayesha Krodhayesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. It is because of Kama, the lust that makes one do sinful activities. So this is the reason Krishna gives. Now, any intelligent civilization, or if you want to call this civilization is advanced, it means that civilization should have this understanding how to reduce the sinful activities so that we can remain more and more happy. This is the basic common sense. Like any good government is always thinking how to create a good healthcare system so that all the citizens are healthy. They are not diseased. Because if you are deceased, you can't contribute. The GDP will come down. People will become unhappy. People will remain painful and they suffer. So a good administration always focuses on how to maintain good health in the society. That's why if there is any pandemic or any diseases outbreak, they immediately take a lot of strict action like imposing lockdown or giving vaccination. Why government is taking responsibility of vaccination? Because government really wants a healthy society. So the Vedic civilization wants a spiritually healthy society where the sinful activities are not at all there, zero. But the point here is, we all know this, the sin brings pain and suffering, but why do I do sin? The answer is lust. Papa buddhi. The papa buddhi, the desire to do sin comes from lust. Now everybody, any intelligent person now should ask question, now what can I do that can eradicate this papa buddhi or the desire or intelligence that engages me in sinful activity. So for this reason, the Shastras, scriptures give us an amazing remedy, solution, and that is called Ekadashi. Ekadashi is a vrata. Today is Ekadashi. We are observing Ekadashi. Ekadashi is such a vrata that it can 100% help us to come out of Papa Buddhi. There are many vratas. There are so many vratas. Like Sankashta Chaturthi vrata, Mahashivaratri vrata, Gauri vrata, Varamahalakshmi vrata, Ananta Chaturdashi vrata, Janmashtami vrata, Chaturmasya vrata. There are many vratas. Some vratas are meant for removing sinful activities. Every vrata will not remove every sinful reaction. We know that like 1 rupee coin is also called money. 5 rupee note is also called money. 100 rupee note is also called money. 500 rupees is also called money. 2000 rupees is also called money. Everything is called money, but the value is different. All are called money, but all values are different. What you can get with 500 rupee, you cannot purchase with 5 rupee. So the values are different. Like that, the sinful values of different actions are different. You won't get the same when we say sin. Oh, you get sin by doing this. So there are different levels of sin with different value. Some activities bring very small sin, small value sin. Some activities can bring huge value sin. So to remove those sins, there are different vratas. Some vratas are meant for removing all small value sins. Some vratas are meant for removing some middle level, value sin. Some are meant for, some big sins. And there are some sins, there is no remedy only for that. Like when we do Tulasi Pradakshina in the morning, we say, Yani kani chapa pani brahma hatyadi kani cha. Tani tani pranashyanti pradakshina pade pade. So we are saying it when we do parikram or pradakshina. What happens? All the papa, sin, up to Brahma Hatya. There are papa above Brahma Hatya also. Beyond Brahma Hatya also there are sinful activities. But up to Brahma Hatya, you can remove by doing parikrama to Tulsi Maharani. So that is one. Every day when you do parikrama, this is so simple, so easy. So many papa, the sinful reaction will go off. That much we don't have to suffer. So easily it goes. So like that different. And there are some vratas that are meant for giving punya to us. Like Chaturmasya Vrata. In the Chaturmasya Vrata, there is a Kshira Vrata, Dadhi Vrata. Like that, there are, every month there are different vratas. When you do those vratas, you get lot of punya. Punya increases your good experience in the material world. Punya increases our a comfortable experience in this prison house called material world. That's all. It is not going to take you out of the prison house, but it can make your life little comfortable, better in this within the material world. Papa means it increases your suffering. Already you are in prison house, but it increases even more your suffering. So, and there are some vratas, you have some desire. Let's say somebody has a desire, I want a good wife. Or somebody has a desire, I want a good husband. Or somebody has a desire, I want a good job. Or somebody has a desire, I need a good house, own house. So to fulfill those desires, there are some vratas. When you do those vratas, like if you do Mangala Gauri Vrata, one gets a good spouse. So, like that. So, but is there one vrata in which all these benefits are there? That means my all sin should go away. All levels of punya I should get. And all my desires should get fulfilled. Because if you do one vrata, you will not get all the benefits. You only get that particular benefit. So is there one universal vrata that can give benefit of all the vratas, including removing all sins of different values, including accumulating punya of all values or different values, and fulfilling all types of desire? Like for example, if somebody wants wealth, they do Varamahalakshmi Vrata. But they may not get the benefit of getting a good husband or good wife. They'll only get money, that's all. So can I do that Vrata where I'll get all my desire fulfilled? So the Shastra says, such a Vrata is called Ekadashi Vrata. And it is said, Ekadashim vina kinchit, pavanam papakarshanam. Ekadashim vina kinchit pavanam papakarshanam. Pavanam. It purifies you completely from all kinds of sinful reaction. Kshudra papa. We know that there are 8 levels of papa, sinful reactions. Kshudra papa, papa, mahapapa, atipataka, sumahapataka. So this Ekadashi Vrata can remove all levels of papa. Prayaschittam vihinam prithivit udahritam. On this planet Earth or in this entire universe, you don't find anything which is equivalent of Ekadashi for sake of, repenting or coming out of any sinful reaction like the Ekadashi. And what is the result that one can get by doing Ekadashi? It is mentioned, Ashwamedha Sahasrani Vajapeya Shatanicha. Simply by doing one Ekadashi Vrata, Ashwamedha Sahasrani, it is equivalent of doing 1000 Ashwamedha Yajna. Today, we may not even understand what is the meaning of this statement because we don't know what is Ashwamedha Yajna. Ashwamedha Yajna, just to give an example, that Yudhishthira Maharaj, Maharaj, this kind of yajnas earlier was done by only Maharajas, not even ordinary people. Ordinary people, they can't even imagine doing yajnas. Yudhishthira Maharaj, in his entire life, he performed only 2 times Ashwamedha Yajna. How many times? Only 2 times. A person like Yudhishthira Maharaj, with capable brothers like Bhima, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, and so much resource and wealth and all that, he was able to do Ashwamedha Yajna only for 2 times. To do Ashwamedha Yajna, you have to conquer the whole earth. Nobody should challenge you. Everybody should accept your authority. And then you can go and do Ashwamedha Yajna. Is there anybody who can say like that today? If you say, I am the authority, your own first family members will disagree with you. They say, I'm not going to listen to you. So then where is the question of the whole world accepting your authority? Ashwamedha Sahasrani. How much result we get by doing one Ekadashi? Equivalent of doing 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajna. And above, more than Ashwamedha Yajna, there is one more Yajna called Vajapeya Yajna. That is even more difficult, that is even more powerful, that is even more fruitful. And it is said if you do one Ekadashi Vrata, we get the result, punya, of doing 100 Vajapeya Yajna. 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajna result, 100 Vajapeya Yajna result, Ekadashim Upavasena Kalam na Arhati Shodasham. See, Ekadashim Upavasena. What is that Ekadashi Vrata means? Simply not eating anything on Ekadashi. That's all. This is the main thing on Ekadashi. Not eating on Ekadashi. Not eating any food on Ekadashi. Ekadashim Upavasena. Na arhati. There is nothing which can qualify like Ekadashi when it comes to giving results to us. Ashwamedha Sahasrani Vajapeya Shatani cha Ekadashim Upavasena Kalam na arhati Shodashim. In this Kali Yuga, there is nothing equivalent like Ekadashi. So, this is the background that we need to understand. We all want to be happy. Nobody wants pain and suffering. The pain and suffering comes because of sinful reaction, papa, and the papa comes because of the lust or kama in the heart. And this kama is that papa buddhi. It stimulates, it encourages us to break dharma and do adharma. And when we do adharma, we get sinful reaction and we get dukkha and we suffer. And the only way we can keep on, like Parikshit Maharaj says in 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he asked Shukadeva Goswami. So he also asked the similar question. How do we do some prayaschitta so that I can come out of this papa? Then Shukadeva Goswami gives various options. And then Parikshit Maharaj actually, he doesn't agree with any of those things. He says, okay, you do this, then your papa will go. For example, taking bath in Ganga river or all of these things. But Parikshit Maharaj is very intelligent. He says, okay, my papa goes away. But the desire to do papa has not gone away. That means I'm still not safe. I'm not safe. The intelligent person understands I'm safe not by removing the existing papa. Because when I remove it, immediately I can do one more papa and again get. So the solution, the real safety is when the desire, the tendency to do sin itself goes away. So he asked Shukadeva Goswami, please tell me, what is that? What can I do? So Shukadeva Goswami says that will go away only when you chant the holy names of Lord Shri Krishna. And especially by doing Ekadashi and chanting Hare Krishna mantra can totally remove this papa buddhi from the deep within our heart. It is sitting very deep within the heart. Like you cut the tree, after some days you come and see the tree has again grown. Why? Because the roots are still there. You cut off. It's like when you cut the tree, it looks like the tree is finished, but the roots are still there. That means again it will grow. Like that we can do so many prayaschittas, so many vratas, and the sin will go away. But the desire to do papa is still there in the heart. So that is why it is very, very important. Why this Ekadashi has got so much speciality? There are multiple reasons. In Vedic literature, we should always understand there will not be one reason. There will be multiple reasons at multiple levels. So we'll try to understand some reasons. So once there was a demon called Mura Rakshasa. And he was terrorizing and troubling the whole world. And all the devatas and sages, the rishis, they went and prayed to Narayana, please come and save us. And then Narayana, Lord Krishna, he came to fight with Mura demon. And the war, the fight went on for thousands of years. This is called Vidambana in Sanskrit. Actually, for the Supreme Lord, it takes 1 second, not even 1 second. If you simply desire, let Mura die, the Mura will immediately die. But the Lord has multiple reasons when he does all these things. So even thousands of years, the Lord was fighting, but he was, it appeared that Mura demon didn't die. So the Lord said, oh, I'm very tired fighting with this demon. I'm very tired. I want to take rest. In the middle of the fight, the Krishna, Narayana is saying, I want to take rest. And he went inside one cave and started taking rest. And Mura came searching. Where are you? Where are you? You run away? I will not leave you. Like that Mura came. And when Mura came searching for Krishna, Narayana, from the Narayana's body, one personality came out and immediately killed that Mura demon. So, and then Narayana woke up and he saw that Mura demon is dead and this personality is standing. So the Narayana said, I'm very happy with you that you have done my work. So who are you? So that personality answered, I'm your own energy. I have come from you only. Actually, it is an incarnation of Lord. And this happened. The killing of Mura demon happened on the 11th Tithi or the 11th day of that Paksha. So that is why the Lord Narayana gave the name Ekadashi. As we know, Dasha means 10, Eka means 1. 1 plus 10 is 11. So the 11th Tithi of that Paksha or the moon movement is called Ekadashi. So this incident happened on Ekadashi. So the Lord blessed whoever does Upavasa today, means not eating any food today, so they will get my blessings. And they will not do any papa. They will become free from this papa buddhi. So this is the speciality of Ekadashi. And another day when all the devatas, when they were doing Samudra Manthan, so they were trying so much. Samudra Manthan is happening, but the Amrit is not coming. So much poison is coming out. Then all the devatas, they did one meeting. What is happening? Why Amrit is not coming? So many bad things are happening. So they all decided, okay, now then they saw that day was actually Ekadashi. So they said, today let us all do Upavasa Vrata and remember the Lord and pray to the Lord. So on the Ekadashi, they fasted and continued their Samudra Manthan. On the Ekadashi day, Dhanvantari appeared with Amrit. So the Amrit came on Ekadashi, saved the life of the Devatas. So these are all some of the reasons why Ekadashi is very special. Even Devatas do Ekadashi, not just ordinary human beings. Even the Devatas do this. And so it is said that this desire, the desire to do papa, the lust or the attitude of lust, the desire to do sinful activity is actually present in the food on Ekadashi day. If you eat, that same desire will enter into our heart. It will enter into our thinking, and then thinking will become feeling, feeling will become acting. So that is why we have to avoid it. And then if you eat food on Ekadashi day, what happens? It is said that Varamsa Matragamanam. Varamsa Matragamanam. If anybody eats food on Ekadashi day, they will get the sin of Mahapapa. We already know there are multiple papas. Varamsa Sahamatragamanam. The papa of having illicit affair with one's own mother. If anybody has an affair with one's own mother, what papa they get? That is called actually Ati Mahapapa. And what is the result of Ati Mahapapa? For one kalpa of Brahma, you have to suffer in hell. Kalpa means what? It's one entire day of Brahma, which is like some billions and billions of years. You will be suffering in hell. And that comes simply by eating anna, the grains on Ekadashi. Varam gomamsa bhakshanam. See, gomamsa bhakshanam. Eating the cow, gomamsa, gohatya, and then eating. If you eat gomamsa, bhakshanam means eating, how much papa you get? That is again mahapapa. Mahapapa means what? Gohatya mahapapa we hear. What is the meaning of this? As we already know, there is a kshudra papa, all those things, the different levels, and each level, like the starting with kshudra papa means 1000 years in hell. That is a beginning only. Then mahapapa means what? That Brahma's 100 years. In Brahma's 100 years, there are countless Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga will come. That long, that is the duration that we have to stay in the hell by eating gomamsa bhakshanam. And that much papa you will get on eating food on Ekadashi. Just see this. Simply you eat grains on Ekadashi, you get gomamsa bhakshana papa. So nowadays people say, I like beef. I like to eat beef. I'm a Hindu, or I don't care, I like to eat beef, and all those things they say. So what has happened, the problem with the present civilization is, this civilization foundation is based on what they like and what they don't like. Not what is good and what is not good. That is not the foundation. The foundation has become what we like, what we don't like, versus what is good and what is not good. So which should be the foundation? With common sense, when we think, should we go by what I like, what I don't like? Oh, it is tasty. It is like the same people who say, oh, when I take drugs, it feels so good, so I like to take drugs. Or when I smoke, it feels good, so I would like to smoke. Okay, it might feel good, or it may taste good, or it might make you feel happy when you do that. But the government itself writes on the cigarette pack, smoking causes death. Death, not even cancer. Now it is written as death. So then people, they have an option, no? It feels good. Yeah, it feels good, so I'll smoke. It feels good versus, is it good? I like smoking. So when Shastras are saying gomamsa bhakshanam, don't eat this beef, don't kill cow, don't eat. People say, no, I like to eat. Yeah, you see, there are many things you may like. Somebody may say, oh, I like to have an illicit affair with my mother. You may like to do that. You may like to eat gomamsa. We may like all those things, but are they good for us? Are they good for our spiritual upliftment? Are they good for being happy? Being happy. Like for example, if you smoke, it will take away your happiness. How? You will get cancer. And when you get cancer, you will be suffering. You will die. You will spend so much money in the hospital. So it will not give you happiness. It will actually take away your happiness. Like that, it is said, don't eat on Ekadashi. Don't eat any grains on Ekadashi. Varam sa matragamanam, varam gomamsa bhakshanam, varam hatya surapanam. We know the surapana, drinking alcohol, is also on the same level. It is the same level as killing the cow and eating the beef. It is the same level as having an illicit affair with mother. Drinking alcohol is of that level of mahapapa. We already know that from Manusmriti there are Pancha Mahapataka. Pancha Mahapataka. And the first one of the Pataka is the Surapana Mahapapa. Drinking alcohol. Ekadashyat Anna Bhojanat. Ekadashyat Anna Bhojanat. If you eat Anna, Anna bhojanat ekadashyat, you get the sin which is equivalent of all these things. So this is the level of sin one gets by not doing upavasa on that. Why? It is said, Annam ashritya tishtanti samprapte harivasare. Ekadashi is also called Harivasara. Vasara means the day. Harivasara means the day of Lord Hari. Because on this day, the Lord himself incarnated as the day. It is the day incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So, Annam ashritya tishtanti. Today the papa, the sin, Annam ashritya. It is residing in Anna. Where is this papa sitting? That papa is sitting in the Anna. We should always know this. Papa, punya, desire, bhakti, everything first takes shelter in food. Even the jiva, the soul directly doesn't enter into mother's womb. First it enters into the rain. And from the raindrops it enters the earth. And from the earth it enters the grain. And from the grain, when you eat, it enters the man. And from the man, it enters the mother's womb. So, the papa takes shelter in the food, anna, on the day of Ekadashi. So, it is like you avoid it. Like during the COVID time, people used to say, avoid going out, avoid mixing with people, avoid traveling. Why? You get infected with COVID. So it is said, avoid eating food on Ekadashi. Why? Because you will be infected with Papa Buddhi. Your Papa Buddhi will increase. You feel like doing more and more and more Papa, sin. So don't eat. Nothing will happen if people don't eat on Ekadashi. They don't die. It's not like, oh, today some 1 crore people died because they did Ekadashi. They didn't eat anything. Nobody is going to die by doing Upavasa on Ekadashi. It's good for their health. This Ekadashi can be analyzed from multi-perspective. From the health perspective, if you analyze, it is said that when we do Upavasa, that day when you don't take any food, the body becomes fully cleansed and the temperature increases in the body. How much temperature? The temperature which is required to kill all the cancer cells in our body. And it cleanses the entire body. It rejuvenates the entire body. So that is only from the health perspective. But much more from the health perspective is that the dangerous mentality to do papa, the sinful activity. So that comes from eating anna on Ekadashi. So that is why it is highly recommended that we do Ekadashi by not taking any grains, eating any grains. So Ekadashi is performed at 3 levels. By not eating anything, not drinking anything. The next level is that you can drink milk, you can drink fruit juice, you can drink water. But don't take any food items. The third one is you can take fruits, you can take milk, you can also eat some non-grain, which is not anna category. So that we can accept, but we should definitely avoid eating grains. That is Ekadashi Vrata. And what are we supposed to do on Ekadashi Vrata? On Ekadashi Vrata, we should get up early in the morning in Brahma Muhurta, and we should go in front of the Lord and offer prayers. My dear Lord, for your happiness, I want to do Ekadashi. Why? If I do Ekadashi, why Krishna has to become happy? Krishna becomes happy because that by doing that Ekadashi, your Papa Buddhi will come down. Because of Papa Buddhi, you are separated from God. You are staying away from God. Your relationship is spoiled with God because of our Kama, because of our Papa Buddhi. And so when you go in front of Krishna and say, I want to do Ekadashi today for your happiness, means what? My disease of doing Papa will go away so that I can have an intimate relationship with you. I can have a vibrant devotional relationship. That makes Krishna happy. So that is why Krishna is happy when you do Ekadashi Vrata. So we should go in front of the Lord and offer prayers. I want to do Ekadashi today. Please, you are in my heart as Paramatma. Give me that Shakti so that I can fast today. And then after that, we spend Ekadashi day, increase our remembrance by chanting more Hare Krishna mantra on Ekadashi, by reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam on Ekadashi, going to the temple of Lord Krishna, Vishnu on Ekadashi, and doing Go Seva on Ekadashi. All these things will enhance the Ekadashi Vrata result. One get unlimited result of Ekadashi by doing. And it is said, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur beautifully composes, Madhava Tithi Bhakati Janani. Madhava Tithi. This Tithi is also called Madhava Tithi. Madhava is Lord Krishna, Hari Vasara, Madhava Tithi. Madhava Tithi. It is not only going to remove all the papa, the sin, all levels of papa, much more than even Brahma Hatya papa. There is no papa that can stand in front of Ekadashi. And it not only removes papa, it also gives all kinds of punya. Ashwamedha Sahasrani Vajapeya Shatani Cha. That much punya it will give. And it will also fulfill all my desire. If anybody has any desire, they can simply do Ekadashi Vrata, offer prayers to Krishna. All our wish and desire will be fulfilled. And watering Tulsi Devi that day, doing parikrama to Tulsi Devi and Ekadashi, doing seva to Tulsi, all these things are important. And what is the one significant speciality of Ekadashi is that Bhakti Janani. No Vrata can give you Krishna Bhakti. They can only remove your papa or can give you punya, but they can't give you bhakti. So the bhakti, if you want, Krishna Bhakti, that comes only by doing Ekadashi. Madhava Tithi Bhakti Janani. And above Ekadashi is the last Vrata. That is Krishna Janmashtami Vrata. Above that there is no other Vrata. Why? Because when you do Krishna Janmashtami Vrata, you will get the result of doing 20 crore Ekadashi Vrata by doing one Janmashtami Vrata. If you do one Janmashtami, what is the result? If you do 20 crore Ekadashi, means entire Satya Yuga, if you calculate how many Ekadashis come, entire Treta Yuga, if you calculate how many Ekadashis come, entire Dwapar Yuga, how many Ekadashis come, entire Kali Yuga, how many Ekadashis come, actually it is 20 crore. If you calculate it becomes 20 crore. And that entire 20 crore Ekadashi result we get by doing one Janmashtami Vrata. So below Janmashtami is Ekadashi. There is nothing other than Janmashtami Vrata, there is no other Vrata about this Ekadashi. So that Ekadashi, Krishna is so merciful that he has made it available twice in a month. Just imagine this. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. Krishna is so compassionate. He's so merciful. He wants to benefit. You know, if something is very special, you don't give that so easily and so frequently. You make it very rare. But this Ekadashi, it comes every month 2 times so that we can easily do it and we can go on accumulating so much of result, especially Krishna Bhakti, become very dear to Krishna. Anybody who does Ekadashi, on Ekadashi day you offer Tulsi to Krishna, you become so dear to Krishna. And this comes twice in a month. And without any expenditure, we can do Ekadashi. This is another good thing. There is no expenditure. There are some vratas, you have to spend a lot of money for that. Because some ingredients are required for that. To do vrata, every vrata has its own ingredient. With that ingredient only, you have to do vrata to get that result. But Ekadashi vrata is such that it is Upavasa vrata. That means you don't have to spend anything. You have to simply fast. Nothing. And what is that? You have to chant Hare Krishna. For that also there is no expenditure. You sit and read Bhagavad Gita, there is no expenditure. Go to temple, there is no expenditure. So in this way, if at all there is any vrata which has zero expenditure but unlimited benefit, that is Ekadashi Vrata. And how fortunate, you see, today is also Ekadashi. How easily we can just do this Ekadashi Vrata, right? And today also happens to be Vaikuntha Ekadashi. What is the speciality of Vaikuntha Ekadashi? There are two specialities. One of the specialities is that, and this Ekadashi, one of the great devotee called Nammalvar, he went back to Vaikuntha. And when he reached Vaikuntha, who was standing at the door of Vaikuntha to receive him? Lord Narayana himself was standing at the door of Vaikuntha to receive the devotee. This signifies or demonstrates the Lord is more eager to receive us than we want to reach the Lord. Sometimes when the child is coming back from the school, the mother is standing at the gate. Oh, my child has come or not? When is he coming? When is she coming? So the mother is very eager to receive the child back because mother has got so much love for the child. So likewise, Narayana is standing at the door of Vaikuntha to welcome all of us. And so the devotee requested Lord Narayana that today anybody does Upavasa Vrata, this Ekadashi, Vaikuntha Ekadashi, please bless them to come to Vaikuntha. So Krishna Narayana has told, what is that? If anybody visits Krishna temple, Vishnu temple, Narayana temple today, and this Ekadashi, they will for sure 100% go to Vaikuntha. That is why it is called Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Already Ekadashi is so big, so great, so big. On top of that, every Ekadashi has one benefit. In Varaha Purana, there is a samvada between Krishna and Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira is asking about every Ekadashi, and Krishna is giving the benefit of every Ekadashi. So let us take the benefit of all these things by fasting and engaging in more devotional service. With this, we'll stop. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Premanande.